are accredited to the highest international standards governing the field of medical equipment. The MedCert certification process clearly demonstrates our commitment to quality and thorough documentation. We have our own proven production facilities to meet these exacting standards. None of our Airnergy devices are manufactured in low-wage third-world countries abroad. Instead, we prefer our work to be carried out in Germany and subject to stringent controls. We employ over 100 staff for the production of these high-quality devices, which are sold and shipped to more than 70 countries worldwide. Our staff are working for your health with the backing of renowned experts.
I could see that Airnergy was a process which prepared oxygen in a different way and is actually able to reduce oxidative stress. There are many studies to prove this, and when I looked into it more closely with some skepticism, I just decided to be guided by my own day-to-day experience. We treated patients with tinnitus, with fatigue problems. We began aiding regeneration in performance athletes and other athletes. And after a relatively short time, we started receiving positive feedback from the patients and from our own investigations of measuring performance before and after. We could see for ourselves that this was clearly a route to success.
I was skeptical too in the beginning. You need to be when a new idea comes along. But the patients were clearly benefiting from it, and so I said we'd work with it, and now I cannot imagine life without it. First of all, we carried out our own observations, not just on our own patients, but also by contacting self-help groups, including groups for sleep disorders, because I have a lot of contacts in that area. And we saw some amazing results. Patients were finding it easier to fall asleep and were able to sleep right through the night. There was even one patient who could suddenly hear again. Her ear, nose, and throat specialist, who saw it firsthand, was totally amazed and couldn't explain it. And we experienced the same with patients with macular degeneration disease as well.
For that particular condition, there has been little prospect of a cure. Many patients suffering from this degenerative eye disorder become resigned to seeing life through a haze. Patients such as Anna-Katharina Linnartz. She had permanently blurred vision until she tried Airnergy. She experienced an improvement, and not just in her sight.
With an affliction like this, you just have to learn how to cope. Where there was once a difference between my right eye and my left eye in terms of colors, that's gone now. I can see colors just as well with both eyes. I now drive a Lexus, which is a sporty car, and I drive like a sports car racer. Believe it or not, it's true.
Before Airnergy, this would have been unthinkable for her as a patient with age-related problems and macular degeneration. But now, the 84-year-old is back at the wheel of her car, something she takes very seriously.
Aber jetzt!
Come on! I guess I'll just have to get out and give him a push. The macular degeneration has disappeared. As you can see, I'm a totally different person now. It's a miracle.
72-year-old Hermann Josef suffers from macular degeneration, a disease of the retina which had left him with only 10% vision in both eyes. Mr. Wurt could barely see at all by the time an ophthalmologist began treating him with Airnergy.
After 10 treatments, the first test was done, and it showed an improvement of almost 40% in the left eye. But vision in the right eye has remained at about 10%. Since December of last year, I've had the machine myself. And since then I use it, at least 4 times a week. My vision has continued to improve, especially the left eye, which is now at almost 60%. And when we did the last test at the end of May, beginning of June, we found for the first time that vision in the right eye as well had improved from 10 to about 15%.
Free radicals are one of the main enemies in the fight against aging, and because no radical oxygen is supplied in Airnergy therapy, there are fewer free radicals. That has huge benefits for all the organs, for the skin, and for how the brain performs.
All Airnergy units are delivered with all parts necessary for immediate operation. These include a mains receiver for the electrical outlet, an air filter to be changed after every 50 hours of operation and 1 replacement filter, a glass bottle to be filled to 1/3 with quality drinking water, a bubbling unit for the bottle, a sufficient initial supply of inhalation sets, and an aroma bottle for dispensing essential oils. And this is how easy it works. Attach the filter at the back, place the glass bottle 1/3 full into the hollow in the cabinet, then carefully insert the bubbling unit and connect the adapter. Attach the inhalation set to the fixture at the front, then plug the mains adapter in at the back, and that's it. After a brief self-test, the unit is ready for use. Wolfsheim near Mainz. After impressive results reported by numerous patients, the first scientific study of healthy people tested under laboratory conditions was conducted. The Knopf Institute for Medical Bionics studied the effects of the Airnergy technology on 15 test persons. Statistics were gathered on pulse rate, blood oxygen level, heartbeat variability, and the basal metabolic rate.
First, we take a normal ECG reading that we observe here with a monitor, the kind you see in any doctor's surgery. On the other side, we have here the standard pulse scanner, which also shows us the level of oxygen saturation. Then we have a standard instrument for taking blood pressure. Finally, we have here the polar scanning system, used in sport and sports medicine. It takes a reading which is fed via an infrared interface and a normal watch to a computer, which then immediately registers the corresponding heart frequencies on the monitor.
The test subjects' various rates are taken in a resting state and always in the same order before and after the Airnergy inhalation session. The main focus of the study is on examining metabolism and the efficiency of the autonomic nervous system.
What's very important are the distances between the heartbeats, the so-called beat-to-beats. This is the heartbeat variability, and cardiac variability is representative of the variability of the autonomic nervous system. In other words, the greater this variability is, the better the nervous system can act and react. That means that I burn the energy from each breath more optimally, giving me a more optimal use of my resources, so I make gains on energy.
The study proves, after just one treatment with Airnergy, the test subjects enjoy a markedly improved level of energy production. Clear scientific proof of the direct